February 24th, 2015, simply pause and read the information on this one screen. For indeed, this is all your plan for salvation as I broadcast to the world over and over again on Save All Nations. That's indeed what will download this one-page flyer for mass distribution to the U.S. government, all governments, the public, the press, yes, everyone, in clear and plain English. For indeed, I was not kidnapped once, but actually 4 times, using restraining orders after each and individual person had defrauded me. How simple could that be? A judge is going to grant it for anyone who thinks that a woman or child is involved. They don't ask me any questions. They never did. It was all, well, vindictive persecution is the best way to put it in biblical, spiritual, financial, and legal terms, because all my rights have been denied, and yours have been also. For indeed, here is my local phone number, and these are some additional websites for everyone to go look at, with particular emphasis on solutionurl.com, that I have gifted to Interpol, the U.S. government, the U.S. military, because everyone benefits, based on solutionfinal.com. And whether you're religious or not, it's sort of odd that today's the end of the Chinese New Year celebration, and my business partner went to the temple to sacrifice to his gods, and yet he's not religious in any form or manner. He's just playing the odds, thinking that he appeases his false gods, that maybe somebody will benefit him down the road. For this is one of the original flyers that I had. For indeed, it's about I see, I understand. And my websites are now getting 20,000 hits on one and 14,444 on another. That's the 144,000 people that'll be lifted up during the rapture stage that's coming about quite soon. This is actually a copy of the website that's 100% about eunuchracy. See where it says 1 degree of separation? For this was originally God's plan for everyone to be in 1 degree of separation between everyone else as well as God. How much cleaner and clearer and simpler can this possibly be? As this will be probably number 193. I've lost my MacBook for a couple of days. It won't boot. Well, this is all about God's timing. Because God is indeed wrathful, as well as the citizens, and I am deathly afraid for the sake of the citizenry of what they're going to do when they understand that their tax dollars are being used to support criminal enterprises. It's called the ultimate skimming. Every time you do a business transaction that involves anything of value, the government has their hand in it and grabs a piece of it. Every time it goes back and forth, your assets deplete in value. How much cleaner and clearer can that be? Any financial economist or even a kindergartner can understand why there is a few called oligarchies. That's in the recent blog post on I See, I Understand. There's really nothing left for me to do. I've always turned over the criminal's evidence back over to everyone, starting properly with law enforcement, through my lawyers, and making direct knock-on-the-door visits to every single county courthouse, every crime scene, even to the U.S. military. Goes back to the place, if you can't trust the military, who can you trust? Well, there's really only one, and that's God himself. How many of you place your faith in God? That's the t-shirt I was wearing that says believe, where the middle 3 letters are L-I-E. Who believes the lie that our government agencies and corporations are taking care of your best interests? Even the last 3 letters of believe are E-V-E. Who believed Eve could have possibly given the fruit to Adam? He didn't really know what it was because he wanted him to be smarter. Because he was acting, well, politely put in Gentile speak, he was acting like a dumbass. And yes, well, actually all these jackasses who pass as politicians, corrupt politicians, judges, lawyers, corporate executives are supporting underground criminal enterprises that are inside of your governments and your corporations, and they're skimming your assets because they simply don't care about you. In fact, the more man-made laws they make and write, it creates a paper chase conspiracy that generates more income for themselves, more job security. That's why 60% of your tax dollars in America go to pay someone else. And why only 6% of the United States population, well, they work for the government. Well, 3% of that works in education. The other 3% are stealing you blind. How much clearer can that possibly be? Simply follow the money trail. If someone's living outside their means, guess what? They're a criminal. Why call them anything else? And these are just words that I'm using from Webster's Dictionary on behalf of God. Any questions? Feel free to just give me a call. Everyone's got my contact information. And the military can come find me. For when the military starts knocking on the door of the FBI and the Attorney General, wow, that's going to shake them up. This is the reason I went to Langley Air Force Base on September 25th, 2011. Who is incompetent? It's our own government agencies. They're supporting criminal enterprises because many of them inside are terrorists. Simply look at Webster's Dictionary and sees the definition that a terrorist is anyone who subverts an organization or government for their own personal, political, or financial gain. Sounds like a lot of people I know that I have paid over and over again to simply put Robert Rose away. It's in the recent blog post. Welcome to Keith, Duncan, and God's Universal Show, as I now proceed to Jerusalem through Emmaus on Good Friday. Yes, we'll have millions of people meeting me there in that area. I got a phone call coming in. Welcome to my show.